Grand Rising, welcome to Healing Hype Man. Message of the day. I am here to tell you that breathing in peace and having a happy heart are possible. Perhaps this message comes across your feed when you might not feel like you're in a state of peace. I have to take that into consideration, right? Why might this message be coming through? A message that speaks about breathing in peace and exhaling stress and having a happy heart. Why might this message be here? Why are we being asked to breathe in peace and exhale stress? Why? Oh, compassion with the King of Cups here. Are we sitting in gratitude for what we do have, for what we have accomplished, for where we are today? The simple gratitude and gift of taking breath in this morning, we take for granted, but it is a place that you can start if you cannot find something to be grateful for in your day. King of Cups, we're asking why this is here. The King of Cups is a very compassionate, masculine energy. He gives and gives and gives to everyone. Perhaps you are a giver and you are waiting for the gift in return. Interesting way of reading that. Page of Cups. This is an overgiver, and this is somebody who wants to give but doesn't know how to, and is just doing it innocently. That could tell me why this is here. You innocently and naturally. That could, oh my gosh, that could tell me a lot of things. That could tell me that you are just the type of person who likes to help, who likes to care for others, who does a lot for everyone else, innocently. Maybe no one even taught you that, but for some, you might have been taught that by whoever raised you. For some of you, you might be overgivers because you never got that, so you are that person for others. That's a big one. Why this is here? These are people. These are people that give. One gives because he has enough to. The other one gives because it's innocently part of his nature. And he's also very flirty and fun and just wants to fill things up, even though he might not fully understand it. Okay. So tell us why. So now we understand why this is here. So this is about giving. Now I would add, this is all about giving to others, because the King of Cups and the Page of Cups, to my understanding, don't give to themselves. Okay. So tell me about other people in this context here. Why are you having us? Yeah, tell me about other people in this context. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. We're on a cup journey. Three of Cups. We are on a cup journey. This tells me definitely other people. Okay. Well, other people. Wow. Okay. For some of you, you have been messengers of love. You give to others. But I asked about other people. Some people, oh, interesting how I said that. How can I read that? The Knight of Cups when it comes to other people. Well, other people are here and they're celebrating and they probably love the fact that you give. They love the fact that you give. You spark some sort of curiosity. You explore. You open their heart and allow them to explore what love feels like. I can even say that you're probably like a walking healer of love, right? Whether you believe it or not, whether you've had very hard relationships in your life and they don't tend to work out, that would tell me on a spiritual level, honestly, is that you are here to help other people open their heart and explore love. At the same time, it is teaching you a lesson about love, but you might be looking at it like, well, why aren't things... It's like a harsh lesson in love. Like, well, apparently I help other people love, but not myself. Right there it is there. You help other people love. You open other people's heart. You are the key to other people's heart. You allow you come in their life and the flow of love starts to continue and flow through their heart, but it leaves you with questioning and wondering, well, when is it going to be for me? I think that we need to take a step back and really understand that you have a happy heart. right? Whether you're not seeing it in your life, you are a happy heart to other people. It's just a matter of transmuting that and looking at that in the sense of you. Do you realize that you are the key? Do you realize that you very well could be the lock? And the key, right? There's power in there. There is energy of love in there, and perhaps it's just being transmuted to please other people. This is a story about love here, right? This is really like a very loving story. And if I look at the progressions, it goes from the king to the page to the knight to the people. It's like the person with the biggest heart is giving it all away. Point blank, period here. Maybe that's the message that I would also need to come here. It's like you're giving it away. Okay, so what do we do next? I want to go to you first. How do we pour into self? How do we pour into self? Because that's what's missing here. I don't see anything about pouring into you, except for my oracle cards that are really saying like breathe in peace, exhale stress, and have a happy heart. Today will be full of joyful moments waiting for me to discover my gratitude overflows from my inner self and those around me. So those same people that you gave to very well could also give you what it is that you gave them. The moon, 3 of Pentacles, how do we give to ourselves is the question. Ace of Swords. Well, it's confusing. You're not quite sure. You can't see in the dark. And you feel like you have to rebuild something from the start. But you have some sort of clarity. There's something here that you're missing that you don't know. That you know. There's something here that is clear that you are unaware of. And I think because you are confused about giving others and perhaps expecting something in return, there could be some distorted thoughts there and expecting the same thing that you give to others, expecting that in return. You know, when you go down this like spiritual path, you start realizing in this healing journey, right? Because you're watching this here on Healing Hype Man, you at some point you come to terms with, if you have not already, that we are a messenger, right? Part of your purpose here is to be a messenger of spirit, God, source, creator, commander, Buddha, Allah, temple. A messenger, and it is that. Does not mean that you are a recipient of everything that you are the messenger of. And that's part of the collective consciousness, the collective goal here. It's to spread the love. But societal expectations have ingrained in us that if we're not getting it the same way, then it's not meant for us. But there's still some power there. There's still some understanding there. How do you pour into yourself? Well, the moon, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. You're confused about a plan, but then you're confused about a plan that is true. So which tells me that you very well could know that you are a facilitator of love in other people's life, yet it still confuses you. Let's clarify the moon. Okay. Justice. Balance, fairness. You're not thinking it's fair. To you, it's not fair. 3. The Tower. Things that you build come crashing down. And Ace of Swords is clarified by Temperance. Trying to bring harmony, trying to bring this clarity in so that you can find balance and harmony here. I think this is about expectations. You're expecting things to go a certain way. And it might just be a one-way street. Because that one-way street in pouring into other people is going to come back to you in a different way. Maybe not in the way that you are expecting it to come back, right? Are you investing in yourself? Interesting. I just realized what sweater I'm wearing. Because there's a lot of investment in other people, right? You're pouring a lot into other people. I also look at this from the lens of in the dating world, right? When we like someone, we tend to put them on a pedestal. You are admiring. There's a difference between I admire someone and I like someone, right? And that's something that you can ask yourself. Admiration would mean that you put them above you. you aspire or envy or you admire who they are, what they're bringing to the table. There's something there that you like about them that you wish you had or you embodied, or it triggers you because that's a part of you that you haven't gotten to yet or you don't understand yet. And you're like, oh, wow, I wish I can be that. I want that. I like what they have. I like the lifestyle they live. I like the music they listen to. I like the things that they talk about. Instead of seeing it as admiration, right? Because now you put them on a pedestal above you. You've just devalued yourself. That's where the let them theory comes into play by Mel Robbins, if you haven't seen that. And the art of detachment, not from Mel Robbins. The art of detachment is something you want to look at because we're constantly looking at people and like putting them on a pedestal. And let me go back to what I was saying. You want to ask yourself, do I like them or do I admire them, right? Admiration means that you put them on a pedestal and they're above you. So now you're looking up to this empress that you like what they have and that's what you want, right? Envy. The other component is, do I like them? Like them would imply there's emotions. Like them would imply that there's feelings there, right? Especially when you're meeting someone. Notice and how can you like someone if you don't know them? So maybe you're actually admiring them because you don't actually know them. You haven't built an emotional bond with them quite yet. Maybe you haven't connected with them. And perhaps if you have connected with them, now you really put them on a pedestal because you're like, oh, I like everything about them. Oh, that's admiration. Right, so you say the let them theory. Let them show you who they are. Great. Now let's turn that into inspiration. Oh, there's something about them that just like catches my eye. Figure out what that is, because they very well could be put in your life to inspire you to align with your path. Right? We all use each other. We're all messengers. So people are sent to us how they are sent to us in whatever dynamic or situation they're sent to us, because they're here to teach us something. We're a mirror to some degree to everyone that comes in our life. And I feel like your own expectations are leaving you confused and feeling like it's not part of the plan. Right? So you say, let them show me who they are. Let them theory doesn't have to be used when you feel outcasted as well. Let them theory could be like when you want to reflect on what's going on. Let them show me who they are because there's clearly something here that I want to explore. And now let me absorb this information in this level of awareness and decide what I want to do with this and respond in a different way, or respond in a way that doesn't seem like I'm putting them on a pedestal. We all do it. I've done it. I tend to ask myself that very soon, and I bring myself down, and you'll notice that then things organically happen how they do. Once I take all my attention off because I'm expecting something. If you have an expectation, you will be disappointed. Welcome to Earth in 2025. If you have an expectation, it will be disappointed. You should allow things to surprise you. Oh, I think today, what's today? I would expect surprises this week, to be honest. Uranus is going direct. Uranus is the planet of surprises. Going direct, so now things can very well surprise you and enlighten you to some degree. And you have Venus in Pisces, the planet of love and romance and money and beauty in Pisces. So there's a depth to this here. Very well can be some nice surprises around love and expectations that comes from internal work first, right? I now tell me what we do with this confusing expectation of what love should be. I don't do love readings, but I have a feeling that those are going to start to come back, or they're going to start for me because it's just been a topic of conversations. Interesting. 5 of Wands. There's been conflict with love. I'd also say this is where astrology comes into play. Look at your charts. Some of us have challenging aspects when it comes to long-term commitments, when it comes to dating, right? Look to see what's in your 5th house of fun and dating. Look to see what's in your 7th house of long-term relationships, right? Just to give you an example, like my long-term relationships house is the 7th house, Sagittarius. And I have 2 planets in there that are retrograde, which means they were not moving direct when I was born, which means that my 7th house of long-term relationships, Sagittarius, is delayed and I learn lessons before I step into that. Now, when I asked here, that can be your blueprint to give you some sort of insight and awareness into perhaps how you function, because we're not all the same. We are not, and we're not expected to be the same, and there is no perceived normal. I throw that shit out the window, right? My question here was, what do we do when our expectations aren't met and they're very confusing here? You're fighting. Five of Wands, your beliefs. It's conflicting your beliefs. Alvin, if I'm supposed to be this loving person, but I don't receive the love in return, right? You're conflicting your beliefs because I think you're missing out on the point here. I think that we're expecting something now. You want it now. You expected something. Having the expectation leading to disappointment. You want a quick cheat sheet here? Learn the art of detachment, and I promise you that you'll see things just flood to you. And then you'll be able to discern, oh, do I want that? Do I not want that? Oh, you're asking for a lot of love there. That's not my responsibility. Also seems like you take the responsibility here to pour into other people when it was never asked of you. That reminds me of a statement that I remember saying to myself when I was going through my healing journey. I tried to save someone in my past that a lot of damage was done in that relationship dynamic. And I sat in a year of fighting it because I wanted to go back and save them. Here's the little phrase: they never asked me. Not everybody's ready for that. Not everybody wants that. Seeing the potential in people is probably not the best way to go. Stop seeing potential in people if they don't see it in themselves. But what I identified there, wow, Alvin, you see potential in people. How can you use that to help people that want it? Well, maybe you should go and start helping people clinically or non-clinically, holistically or non-holistically, and helping them find their passions, because clearly I have an eye to see the potential. So if you're someone that can see the potential in people, I'd say that you are already a healer to some degree, or a helper in some way, a messenger in some way, to help people find their path, find their light, find their spark of inspiration, find their path. Hopefully you have invested in yourself and you realize that, right? Instead of just pouring into people who didn't ask for your help. There is conflicting beliefs here. I think that you're such a giver that when you don't get it in return, it causes conflict, internal conflict. I think it goes up against your belief system, your core beliefs. This is deeper work here I'm speaking about. It's not general. It's going to be specific to each person here. So what do we do? What takes place? How can we transmute this? Knight of Wands. Going after, what are we going after? Ace of Wands. Wow, passion. Wow, Four of Wands. Whoa, talk about passion. And there's the Fool at the bottom of the deck. We'll get to that because it's the second time that it's there. So conflicting beliefs. You're actually fighting with yourself. And I could even say you're even fighting with the universe here. You're fighting with spirit and like, well, what am I supposed to be doing? Is this the way that I'm supposed to love? Is this the way that love's supposed to be? Love is defined and perceived however you define and perceive based on your experiences from the past, right? And then you learn lessons and you go through awareness, and then you can probably transmute that and think about it from a different lens so that it's benefiting you. Look at your astrology chart so that you understand how to live life to benefit you instead of against it. Now, how we battle this: Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. Well, we're going to go after things that really make us happy. Stop investing in people that didn't ask for your help or that are not giving you anything in return. Even though they are giving you something in return, they're giving you a lesson into you did the most here. That's the lesson there, right? Really going after things that light you up. I mean, going after like running towards it. Things that spark your interest. What are your passions? What are you, right? I guess now here, we can dive into, send me a DM and we can talk about what your interests are, what your passions are, your purpose are, what lights you up on the inside. You'll probably find that it's nothing related to the work that you do on a day-to-day. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. And I'd also say, there's a celebration taking place here, right? I think that you need to celebrate where you are. Oh, that's why that's there. Being grateful for where you are right now. My gratitude overflows from my inner self to those around me, right? So you have to feel like you have invested in yourself and that you're going after your passions, and organically the people around you will see that as inspiration, not as admiration, as inspiration, and they in turn will then follow along. Instead of fighting the things that are going wrong in your life, let's be grateful for what it is going right in your life and the power that you hold in regards to love. Because I'm talking to people who probably are sitting in a lot of stress. So the concept is here is to breathe in peace and exhale stress, and realize that you are the key, you are the lock. You bring that with you everywhere you go. And if you're looking for that in someone else, you're looking in the wrong place. Please invest in yourself. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.